classifications go, this is important because just because you're a 7th grader doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be in the 13s age group, because everything starts on September 1st. So if your birthday is August 28th, you might have to play in a different age group, and that happens with some people. So it's really important that you know, and you can look at this sheet and kind of see when things work out, but it's really important that you know which age group you fall into so that you come to that proper tryout. I was already talking to a parent whose daughter is in 6th grade, but she has to play 13 and under because of where her birthday falls. So just make sure you're clear about that. If you have any questions, you can come up and ask me, and we can try to figure it out just to make sure you come to the right tryout. Tryouts, what we're going to do, going back just up one level to the Eagles, Mean Green, Scrappy, and local team coaches. Obviously, like we talked about earlier, all of the practices are going to be under the direct supervision of Coach Kent or myself. And the other coaches they're listed there, and these girls are amazing. This has been the most special team that I've ever been around, and these girls are quality people, and they love coaching, and we're not just letting anyone coach. Not everyone on our team has been given the opportunity to coach club. And I just want you guys to realize that these girls are amazing, they're great role models, they're very committed to what they're doing here in the program, here in North Texas, and they want to help your kids get better. And that's just really cool. I know that when I was young, I always looked up to the college girls, and that's just a really cool thing that they have an opportunity to learn from those girls, and it's a really special group that we have. And like we said, we're not just going to let anybody coach. So there's some girls in the program that are not going to be coaching. They're quality coaches that are going to be working with your girls.
Tryouts. For the 11 and 12 group, Monday, October 29th from 6 to 7:30, 13 under, 14 under. We are going to have a change.
The 11s and 12s, this is different than what's listed on the website. We are going to get it updated in the next couple of days, but the 11s and 12s are going to try out at the same time. The reason for this is we might have a 10-year-old who has the potential to play on the 12 and under select team. And we want to give that opportunity because obviously it's 12 and under. And so if there's someone that's younger that wants to train and play in more tournaments and is at the skill level of the 12 and under team, which would be Coach Ken's select team, they have that opportunity. So that's why we're going to group the 11s and 12s together at tryouts. And it's going to go a little bit longer than what was listed. It's not just going to be an hour. So it'll be from 6 to 7:30 for the 11s and 12s, just so you understand our thought process behind that a little bit. So just because your daughter might be 9 or 10, if she is at a little bit advanced skill level, she still has the opportunity to try out for the 12 and under team, the 12 select team, and play in 3 tournaments or 4 tournaments with Coach Ken. So that's an option. That's why we're doing that. 13s, obviously it's listed. 13 and under is primarily 7th graders, 14 and under is primarily 8th graders, and the dates and times are listed there. Really important, there's 4 things that you need to bring to tryouts. Really important that you have these. The first one is a copy of your daughter's birth certificate, so if you could bring that, perfect. We also need the USAV medical release form, which if you go to our website, there's a link to that form which you can download and you can bring it in already filled out. If you can have it filled out, it helps speed up the check-in process when you actually come to tryouts. You also need proof of your registration with the North Texas region. The North Texas region and any region for volleyball makes you register with them, and they help cover insurance and they help cover a lot of different things. There's a lot of benefits from that, but that is required to play in a tournament. The Eagles program does not need to do this, obviously, because they're not trying out. But any of the 11s teams, anybody who's going to be playing in a tournament has to be registered with the region. And you need to bring proof of that. And the best way to do that is once you fill everything out, there's a little membership card. It'll be about this big that you can print out at the end of your registration if you can bring that with you. Once again, on our website, there's a direct link to where you need to go to register for that. Everything's online. I believe it's $45 to register. It may have gone up since last season, but somewhere around there, and that's just something that has to happen. And also the tryout fee is going to be $30 that you can bring with you, and obviously we're just not trying to make a ton of money off of our tryouts. We just need to cover the cost of paying our coaches, just so you guys know our thought process behind that. We want your daughters to be able to play.
If they're going to play any club volleyball that's going to play in a tournament, they'll have to register with the region. So that's not just something that we do. That'll be at any club you go to. So just so we're all clear on that. We will host a pre-trial clinic on Sunday, October 21st from 4 to 5:15. I know this is a nice way for the kids to get to meet all of our coaches, to kind of see how we run a practice, to see if Coach Ken is crazy or whatnot. And the Eagles program obviously would not be involved in that since they are under the age of 11. Okay, so that hopefully will be helpful for everybody to understand. Even though we put all ages, that may be confusing. So I'll let Coach Sarah talk again.
If you're only interested in doing the Eagles program, then obviously the pre-tryout clinic is not necessary because you won't be trying out for anything. The pre-tryout clinic is only for someone who's interested in trying out for one of the spots. So obviously Mean Green, Scrappy, Select Team, Local Team. That's what that is for. Obviously our contact info is listed there. You can shoot one of those emails if you have any questions. There's a phone number, and our website is listed as well.
On the back of that last page, we did put a sample practice plan or training plan. I know this is becoming more popular with clubs that, they're not just rolling out the ball carts and running practice, which is great. I think that's a big step for club volleyball, that they're becoming a little bit more organized. Again, this is exactly how I run my college practice. I don't just walk in the gym and go, oh, I feel like we're going to hit today. No, we're organized. This is how we ran this last year and the year before. We always have a plan. My coaches don't just walk out. And again, one difference that'll be in our club versus maybe some other clubs, a lot of clubs like to advertise that the club director or the top coach or whoever writes the practice plan. Great. We are going to write the practice plan and we're going to be in the gym. So again, there is a little bit of a difference, but please do your research, and you veteran people will have a better understanding of what I'm talking about than the people that are just getting involved in club volleyball. I would love to open it up for some questions. And please fire away. There's nothing I don't want to answer. Okay, so the question was, hey, my daughter's a beginner. I think I would like to try to maybe see if she could play on the Scrappy team or one of those teams where maybe they train twice a week or play in a tournament. What happens if she's not maybe at the same ability of the other kids? Yes, she would automatically default into, excuse me? Okay, let me rephrase the question. If my daughter is under the age of 11 and she tried out for the Scrappy group and did not make it, would she default into, obviously, the Eagle program? Yes, she would. If my daughter is, say, 13 years old, she wants to make a select team, we're going to offer this year, as you can see, a green select team and a white select team. So there'll be two different select teams that would train twice a week. So we're trying to give more opportunity for kids that do want to play more tournaments and train twice a week. I hope that answers your question.
Is she a 5th grader or a 4th grader? So 5th grade is the one where you're talking there's Scrappy and there's Mean Green. So if she tried out for Scrappy, which is twice a week, and we said, hey, she's not ready to do the twice a week, she would then default for Mean Green, yes. Does that make sense? Because Mean Green is now once a week for 11 and under.
Okay, I'll come in for Eagles. I'm sorry, I got all.
Yes, then Eagles.
If so, if she is not able to make that up front, she goes to the Eagles.
So if she did not make the mean green, she would default into the Eagles, absolutely. And trust me, as Coach said, we will be brutally honest because we are not here to try to put every kid in a select program so you can pay more money. That is not the goal of the club, hence why we don't just offer 25 select teams to charge everybody the most amount of money. That's not the goal of what we're trying to do. And I would love to, if you want an evaluation, no problem at all, because I worked with your daughter tonight. No problem. Yes, so the question is, if my daughter tried out as a 12 and under for the select team, if she did not make either one of the select teams, yes, then she would default into the local program. That's exactly correct. No, we don't have enough coaches. Yes, ma'am.
Since your program only goes to age 14, are you seeing a lot of the girls go on to other clubs?
Yeah. Okay, so the question is, since your program ends at the age 14, do we see a lot of our girls move on to other clubs? Absolutely. And they even leave before that. And again, that's part my fault because I encourage them to go look around and test the waters because I want people that are committed to what we're doing. And that's great to me. And if they don't stay, it's okay. No, nothing personal. It is a major business. Club volleyball is a major business. And I get it. For me, it's not a business. I have a job. This is something that I enjoy doing. And I think we put a pretty good product out. But I think a misconception is a lot of parents feel that we've got to plug them in a club at 10, 12, 13 years old in order for them to stay on a top team every year. And please do your research. The clubs that are trying to win Junior Olympic National Championships will take the best kids every year, regardless if they're on the top team every year. Do your research. Half of Coach Sarah's team, we had a 15s group, half of her team made varsity last year as freshmen. That's pretty cool. Sorry, they were freshmen, now they're sophomores, and half of them made varsity. And we were pretty proud of that. And again, I felt that my 12s, I went and watched a match this year. Both kids were on the A team. I didn't realize that they offer A, B, and C in middle schools. And I watched both of my kids run a 6-2 opposite each other because, again, we train them to do every skill, pass, set, and hit. And it was really rewarding for me to watch both of those kids play. And that was pretty fun. And I'm not trying to embarrass anybody that's here.